Hi everyone, RonCrider reporting for duty. Today is the 17th of October 2024. We're talking about Audacity, how to use Audacity with your Simian automation system, and why should you use Audacity. So let me show you to begin with how you get to Audacity. So the first thing you do is go to Audacity, and you're going to have to go to up here to your search engine and put in Audacity, Audacity. So there it is, and then we're going to go here, and we want to go to the real Audacity program. Don't use any other program except the real one. In this particular case, you'll see the headphones up there. That's how you do it. Then you go down here to where it says download. In my case, I'm using a Mac. You may be using if you're using a PC, I'm going to bring it up here for you, and you want to use on the PC for Windows, you will want to use the 64-bit installer. Don't use the one up top here. Use the 64-bit installer. I will back up here again, and I'm going to back up again. We're going to download this one for Mac. Okay, and in this particular case, you use this one. Use the universal one. Download it there. And you'll see up top here, there it is, up at the very, very top. There it is downloaded, and we're going to go to the download area. And as you can see, it's finishing up, and it's downloaded, and it's now in the system. And you have to, take this over here and stick it in there. And you're going to replace, because that's already in here. In your particular case, you just were going to add it in. And it can't be replaced because it's already there. So I'm not going to go into that with you because, like I say, it's already in this computer. But in your particular case, it will put it in there as brand new. So then there it is. And then all you need to do in order to make it work is bring it up. And there it is. And then we will get to how to set it up in just a moment. Back in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, here we go. Now, here's what I want to show you. This is very, very important. I want to show you first how to set it up. Now, I'm doing this on a Mac computer. You probably will be using a PC. It's going to be a teeny bit different, but basically it's going to be the same. Take your little mouse and put it up here where it says Audio Setup. When you go to Audio Setup, the first thing you want to do is set up the playback device. And the playback device in our particular case is going to be the USB. So we set that to USB. Then we need to go back here again and set the recording device. That's going to be this USB as well. However, whatever you have it set, I can't tell you how to set it on your computer because I don't know what devices you're using to set these things up. But if you have a question, you give me a call and I'll be happy to help you with it. Now, this thing here needs to be set to mono because the recording channel, you want to record in mono. Go over it one more time. Playback devices, set your playback devices. In this case, it's going to be a USB. You set your recording devices. It's going to be the microphone, whatever microphone you're going to use. And in this particular case, it's going to be the mono channel. Got it? Okay, we're all set. Let's try to do a recording now. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing. I'm going to talk very softly for a second because I want to demonstrate something to you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There you go. Now, we've made our first recording. That's fine. Well, it's a little lopsided here. Look at this. So the first thing we want to do is fix that. And in order to fix that, we highlight it. This is not highlighted. It's white. Well, let's make this a little bigger so you can see it. Highlighting, you'll put your mouse over here and it will be highlighted. Go to Effects. And when you go to Effects, hit Amplify. And we're going to amplify it. And it brought the level up. However, look at this end of it. It brought that up, but it didn't bring the rest of it up. So let's try to fix this over here. And the way we'll do that is we'll highlight that. We'll go back to Effects and we'll hit Amplify. And we'll bring that up. And then that came up. Now let's try to make everything level. And in order to make everything level, we're going to highlight just the audio, like we're doing here. Go back to Effect, and this time we're going to go to Limiter. Now, in some cases, in some of the computers, you'll go to Compressor and then Limiter. In the Mac computer, it's going to be listed separately as Limiter. And when we do that, we hit this, and voila, everything is set. Now let's try it. Okay, now there you go. Now you can see the way we did it. The level is all the same all the way across. Good? Got it so far? Okay. We're going to move on. Hang on for 1 second. Okay, now we have it all set, and now we recorded our little piece. I'm going to show you the next phase of this. The next phase of this is we need to make this 10 seconds long. So we're going to go up here, and in this particular case, we want to highlight the end of it. Take this out. We don't want that there. Cut that. It's cut. Highlight the whole thing again and go to Effects. And when you go to Effects, you want to go to Tempo, change the tempo, and when we change the tempo, we want to make this 10 seconds long. So we're going to hit 10.00. That'll make it 10 seconds. Watch it change its time. There you go. It's all changed. It is exactly 10 seconds long. If you look down here where it says the selection is 10 seconds long. Perfect. No problem. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to save this. But let's do the metadata first. Metadata is very important. You go to Edit up top here. See where it says Edit? Go to Edit. Go down to Metadata. We're going to save this track title as Sunrise, S-O-N-R-I-S-E. How about R-I-D-E? R-I-S-E-M-O-R-N-I-N. Morning, S-H-O-W. And we're going to call it EWTN. That's the artist name. Okay, there it is. It's saved. You can put anything in here you want. You don't want to make this very long, but because it is going to show up on everyone's computer. Everything you put in here will show up when this audio file plays back. Just like this, it will show up on the screen on their computer. So we'll hit OK. Done. That's all set to go. Next thing we want to do is go to File, and we don't save in Audacity. We export. And when we export it to this computer, and it's going to be saved in my WX file. So I'm going to call this Sunrise Morning Show. You want to keep, this is really, really important. You need to keep your file names, which is totally different than your metadata. Metadata is what shows up on the computer screen. The file name is how you find it. Wants to be 8 letters and numbers, no more than 8 letters and numbers. Less, yes, but not more. So it's SM as Sunrise Morning Show, and we're going to call this 10. Okay, that's all we need to put in there, and that's how it's going to save. And it's going to save it as a WAV file. We do not want to save it as an MP3 or anything else. We want to do everything in mono and as a WAV file. Just to double check, you can go down here and look at your metadata. There's your metadata. That's what you put in. Sunrise Morning Show, EWTN. Hit OK. That's fine. We save the file as SRMS, Sunrise Morning Show 10. Perfect. That's exactly the way it wants to be. It's a WAV file. Always going to be a WAV file. Why a WAV file? WAV files are much bigger, but we don't have a problem with space anymore because all of our computers have plenty of space, plenty of hard drive space or the solid state drive space. So there's no issue with space anymore. So we can use as much as we want. The audio quality is better on a WAV file. If you have to edit a WAV file, you can edit it as many times as you want and you will not degrade the quality. If you edit an MP3 file, every time you edit an MP3 file, it degrades the quality. And furthermore, the most important thing is we want all files to be as close to the same as possible. And all WAV files are, in fact, the same. So therefore, Simian is not going to have a hard time finding a short file name and everything being in a WAV file. It gets very complicated for Simian to try to find things if in fact, it's looking for WAV files, MP3 files, so forth and so on in the MDB audio database. I'm going to say this only one time so don't get confused. The MDB audio base is going to go away in the near future, but for the moment, we want to make everything WAV files. So let's do that. We'll export it. We're going to export it. Voila, it's all saved. So you can play it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there you go. You can see it's there. So we've been able to do that. We've been able to save it that way, and that's precisely what we need to do for what is going on at your radio station. And once it's all saved, we're all set to go. It will work fine, and it will be easy to be found by the audio MDB file. And that's precisely what we need to do. This is RonCrider. If you have any questions, you give me a call. Please leave a text message so I can call you back, 772-913-2209. Also, give me a like if you like this video. I hope it is helpful, but we strongly urge you. These are very important things. Number one, only 8 letters and numbers in the file name. File name is different than the metadata. The metadata, as you can see here, here's the metadata. Metadata says title, text, and so forth. This can be anything. You put any letters, numbers, characters, or anything you want in here. Just keep it kind of short so it shows up nicely. That's the metadata. That's different than the file name. The file name is when you go over here and you export the audio. You go here and you hit export and you give it a file name. And in this particular case, I hope this makes a lot of sense. And please, please, please use Audacity. It's the easiest program to use. It doesn't cost anything. I strongly urge you to give them a donation if you've downloaded on a bunch of different computers. They've been making this for years and years and years. They don't put any commercials in. They don't do anything like that. Give them a little bit of a donation. $5 or $10 would be very nice. All righty. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a really blessed day.